somebody I don't know. I wanna stay for a while, I wanna move your way. No, the roof might cave in, all of these snakes in the wild. I'm about to lose my brain, tell me who gon' save me.
We're back. Below the Surface, episode 29. Oh man, my laptop I just slammed my laptop shut accidentally. No, we're still rolling. We're still good. Yeah, episode 29. No drinks this evening, or at least I don't have any.
I got a Rain Energy, rainbow sherbet. It's fucking slaps. So I'm going to be up till fucking 3 a.m. because we are recording this Monday at 10:39 p.m.
Yeah, we've been slacking, but there was a basketball game on tonight. I don't know if any of you guys heard, but LeBron and the Lakers got swept. We'll get into all that. I don't have anything to drink. I just have water. Although, and I sent you a picture of this yesterday, I enjoyed, for the first time in a long time, what some people call a beer-tini and other people call a dirty PBR, or what I like to call very simply, olives in beer. Green olives specifically.
People with taste call it fucking disgusting, but
You wouldn't try it?
No, I think that's all you.
No, I've spent a little bit of time visiting up in the Midwest, and I remember seeing a guy sitting at a bar, and he had probably, he had a big tall beer. It wasn't like a 12-ounce beer or nothing. It was a taller beer, maybe 24 ounces. And he had like 12 olives in that thing. And initially, I like beer and I like olives. Initially, I was fucking disgusted. I was like, that's not right. You can't be putting olives in beer. That's fucked up. I had never heard of such a thing. And oddly enough, after asking some of my Midwestern friends about it, a lot of them have not heard of it either. Some of them have. A few of them have, but not a lot. And Google tells me it's a Midwestern thing, but I think it's only popular in certain regions, But I've not even thought about it. I did try it, a couple of years back, and I like olives in beer, so I enjoyed it. It doesn't really change the taste of anything involved. Like I was telling you, it doesn't change the taste of the beer. I guess if you put enough olives in there, it could. And then the olives just, they kind of just taste like olives and beer. But I like it. I think it's pretty good.
On that subject, we can do a little intro right here. What are some other unorthodox things that people pair together as a fucking thing? Mine that I'm thinking of is I've heard of RC Cola and peanuts. People dump the peanuts in there. They float to the top. There's something to it. It's like a Mississippi thing. I don't know. Not for me, but fucking to each their own.
I've seen people do. I don't know if I've seen it with RC Cola exactly, but I've seen it with just Coke, like peanuts and Coke. I know is very popular in the Deep South. Not really my cup of tea either. I've tried it. It wasn't really all that popular where I'm from. Not really popular here, but not really my cup of tea. It's just kind of odd, You just kind of get soggy peanuts. It's a little strange. I know it's something I've actually thought about doing on the show, but since we don't do video, it's kind of weird. But I know pickles and peanut butter on a sandwich, I know is popular in some places. I don't know where exactly, but I've seen it. I know people eat it somewhere out there. And then I think mayo and peanut butter is also popular in some places.
It's fucking gross. If you're that sick, what's that fucking quarterback that did get drafted? He went to the Titans. He does that mayo and coffee.
Oh, that's disgusting. That's fucking vile.
What's his name? That ginger fuck.
Sam. What's his name? Fucking. What is his name?
I'm blanking. Yeah.
No, it's not Sam. It's Will. Will. What is his name? Hold on. We got to figure this out. This is ridiculous. What is his damn name? Will Levis. It was Will. Will Levis. He does that, doesn't
Will Levis.
Yeah. He's the coffee and mayo
nasty
guy.
son of a bitch.
I think he has another one too, like another weird thing. I'm going to try to find it here real quick. But that's disgusting. That's fucking vile. You're going to put mayonnaise in your coffee? Dude, put milk or sugar in there like a normal human being.
I mean, oh, yeah. Oh, he eats the bananas whole with the peel on them.
I just, oh shit. Damn, dropped my vape. Yeah, I also just saw that from Googling it. The whole peel. The whole peel. What are you doing?
That, see, I was first I was like that. So my sister eats fucking strawberries and she leaves the fucking green part on there. But, you know, she's already all that vegan shit or vegetarian or whatever the fuck. I think she eats some fish. I guess pescatarian. But, you know, like fucking... So I guess you're already eating green shit. That makes, I guess, more sense. But, like, if she started eating the peel on the banana, like, that's what my fucking donkey eats. Like, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that shit's fucking no good.
Dude, even monkeys peel the banana. You know? Like, I mean, I got
it's like the most ape thing. Like, fucking Will Levis is fucking, he is de-evolving, you know? He's going, what a dumbass. How do you draft a guy like that? I guess that shit lost him. He was supposed to go like 4th overall. That shit lost him fucking $20-30 million because he eats fucking bananas whole and fucking puts mayo in his coffee. Dude, just keep your mouth shut. Just don't talk about that. Keep that shit to your private life. We all have weird shit we do.
Yeah. And I don't take a video of you doing it, you know? Because he's done that with the banana and the coffee and mayonnaise. I don't want to see that, man. That's disgusting. That's vile. Watching him fucking dump that mayonnaise, squirt that mayonnaise into his coffee cup and drink it.
And he stirs it up and it's like curds up. It doesn't actually fucking like dissolve in the coffee. If it dissolved in the coffee, I'd be like, oh, okay, well, you know, like I guess that makes sense. But it doesn't dissolve. It's like he's slurping on that fucking coffee and getting like slurps of mayonnaise, big chunks. Nasty.
Yeah, it doesn't dissolve. It's fucking mayonnaise. You know?
You know he fucking physically stinks. Like he smells bad to be around. You're just like, he emits odors and you're like, that's not fucking normal. You know, I'm not saying I smell good all the time, you know, but fucking.
His breath in the morning has to be crazy.
Oh, you know, it's
crazy. Bad. Dude, just reeks.
And he's like, fucking... I brush my teeth. He fucking for sure brushes his teeth like once a day. And that's like fucking, like, maybe. He might do it once a day.
So how do you even discover that? You know, how do you even discover that you like coffee and mayonnaise? You don't like he wasn't having a cup of coffee and then some mayonnaise accidentally found its way into that cup of coffee. You know, did he start with like ketchup and mustard and fucking, you know, whatever, and then he found mayonnaise?
Like, when do you ever have the two things in the same space? Like, see, I say that I used to eat frosting on my pancakes, but that makes sense to me because that's just like cake. You know, I was a little kid. I also didn't like syrup because it was sticky. Fuck all that shit. You know, I do like it now. I'm an adult. You know, but like when I was like 4. You know, but like
I've heard of that though. People putting frosting on their pancakes.
I guess you go to IHOP, they put fucking like cheesecake and shit on them now, so it's whatever. But no, nothing like mayo and coffee. Maybe he discovered it. That is some shit you for sure discover in like an IHOP.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's like, or a Waffle House. It's like 2 a.m. You're drunk out of your mind, high as fuck, stumbling in there. Like, oh, they don't have any milk. You know? You're just drunkenly sitting there eating a fucking burger. And you're like, fucking, or somebody else is, and you're just like, yeah, let me get that mayo. I got coffee. Like, when else you can have coffee? I guess that actually does make sense. No, I think he needs to come on the pod and explain himself, but I bet we already figured him out. Yeah.
Just alcohol. No, you'll try new shit when you're drunk.
That's true. I definitely become a more creative cook when I've been drinking, you know. So I mean, I will say though, I've never put mayonnaise in my coffee or done anything like that. Usually, I just add cheese to things.
Oh yeah.
You're just like, I'm cooking this food, and this food will be good, but it'll be a lot better with some processed cheese on there. Throw a couple slices on there, warm it up in the microwave.
Barbecue sauce or hot sauce and everything. Hot sauce is an obvious one. You can ask, Hillary Clinton carried that shit around.
Yeah, I feel it though.
No, that's fair.
I get it. I already
legit.
put hot sauce on everything. That is a funny thing that she just whipped that out in an interview. It's like, look at me, I'm relatable. I'm not a robot.
That was the only fucking thing. It's like it.
Yeah.
And she calls fucking half the country fucking, shitty people, deplorables.
Yeah.
What I didn't realize at the time, like I wasn't a fucking supporter of either of them. I voted for my fucking self. Fucking like neither of them were. I didn't realize how big of a fucking turning point that might have been in the election. When you just go out and insult those people, because I was like, yeah, no, they're for sure like fucking missing some brain cells. Because like at the time, well, no matter what, if you're somebody who wants to go cheer about politicians that aren't like, your great local libertarian candidates who aren't always good themselves, if you're going to cheer about a person like that, like you need to get a life, like if you're going to go around waving a fucking sign like a psychopath, like that's a fucking human being who fucks up. Like, I don't know. I guess that's how it's always been throughout history, though. We're just apes out here on this fucking crater flying around.
Yeah. Being real crazy about Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump is mind blowing to me. Because there still are people that are real crazy about Trump, but there were people that loved Hillary Clinton and really wanted her to be president, and that, either way.
Who's the politician now who is holding office now, major world leader, or fucking, somebody who people might know that like is worth fucking cheering over? Like that you would be like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. I say the guy in El Salvador. I think he's badass.
Yeah.
Rounded up them cartels and shit. That's good.
Yeah. Gotta deal with them somehow. I don't really know. I'm not a fan of just like blindly supporting politicians, because that's really what that is. I feel like if you're, if you get real gung ho about a candidate and then you start ignoring their flaws and their mistakes and their bad policies that they have, because they do have some. I mean, virtually every elected official in this country outside of some local offices is a Democrat or a Republican. They probably have some pretty bad ideas, and, if you're cheering for them and you're defending them and you're backing them up no matter what, I mean, it doesn't really leave you a lot of room to take some steps back whenever they fuck up, and a lot of people don't want to, like they want to root for their team. They want to root for their guy, and that's all they want to do. And it's just a very, very simplistic way of looking at politics. They treat it like sports, right? Like, they want to root for their team that they love and can do no wrong. And they hate the other team and always want to see them lose. And, the truth is that your side is probably just as bad as theirs in a lot of areas, if not worse in some. Even, and like I talk to a lot of libertarian candidates and I like those guys quite a bit, but like you shouldn't worship libertarians or the Libertarian Party either. God, don't worship the Libertarian Party, please.
I think that's what makes kind of, I think you've said it before to a guest, you've definitely said it to me, but like libertarian is the default. Like, I think that's why though, is because those people tend to be people who like fucking aren't, crazy about government to begin with and aren't typically seeking power with the intention of fucking ruling with an iron fist. It's usually like to do the opposite. And like that's somebody who like, fucking they break the mold, but they're also highly unlikely, unfortunately, to really win. I would love it if they did some real organizing, though. Like, really tried to fucking get out there and not just fucking hold a convention and that's the end of things. Like, I've never, like, you rarely see a libertarian sign anything in the newspaper, anything.
No, pretty much never. It does suck because, typically I do feel like they are the better options. Not always, I guess, but a lot of times they are, but they're also just, they're so far behind the other two major parties in terms of where they need to be and the power that they have to mobilize voters and win elections and dominate the airspace. I don't know, man. I mean, you look at an election like 2016, and libertarians weren't really able to make up any significant ground there. And it just kind of makes you wonder, like, what is it going to take for a libertarian candidate to have, like, measurable success in a presidential election? Because it seems so unlikely. And it's, I imagine it's very hard to hit the campaign trail and have to convince voters to vote for you when, realistically you don't stand a chance at actually winning.
I think you got to start local. I think you really just got to make that move and find those open seats that, you really got to dig for it, though. It needs to be, well, there's no money for it, though. They're also the kind of people who don't typically want a bunch of money in politics. And who's going to vote? Who's going to donate the money to get that funding for those people even to do the work that it takes to find those open seats? Like, there's so many different Republican and Democrat organizations that are just doing shit all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and people want to give money to those organizations because it suits their interest. They're not going to donate to a party or a politician that wants to take money away, from them or the politicians that they control. It's not
and you factor that with they're almost certainly not going to win. It had to be a real. I mean. I think, I don't know. You'd like to think, it's in the age of social media, like it is something could go viral. Somebody could really just start tearing it up. But, like, the truth is, like, fucking only a small percent of people are even on social media. Most people fucking do not care. Most people scroll right past anything you say, Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like he's not a third party or an independent candidate, obviously, but I feel like that Vivek Ramaswamy is he's kind of doing some of that, like he's trying to build a name for himself when he was previously completely unknown to anybody. Now, of course, he's doing it within with Vivek.
Mm-hmm. Looking pretty good, actually. I fucking can't cite it because fucking it's too late. I didn't save it when I should have, but no, he's like number 3 right now. Like, I think it's Trump, DeSantis, and him.
That's interesting. I mean,
he had a very net positive, how people feel about him. Actually, I think he might have been even higher than that. Just it might not have been up there with DeSantis and Trump. He might have been higher than them in a different way. Like, it might have been a list that had them lower. But yeah. I don't know.
That is interesting. I mean, I can see it. I mean, who else in that primary is even registering a pulse? Like Nikki Haley will get a couple percent. What's his name? Tim Scott. He'll get a couple percent. He announced officially today. There are candidates like that'll get a little bit, but I also kind of feel like that's their ceiling. I feel like maybe Vivek has a higher ceiling just because, he's an unknown. He's like a businessman, tech entrepreneur kind of a guy. He's got that Andrew Yang kind of a vibe, Not
yeah, definitely. He's the Republican Andrew Yang.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think if there's... Andrew Yang, if there's anybody who, has fucking kind of, done that third party thing in a more successful way, I think he might have It's like just off the bat, just like coming out swinging. But he aligned himself with Democrats a little bit too much,
Yeah. Yeah. And now he's doing his own thing. And it's like, I wonder, I was about to say, I wonder how the Forward Party would have done if they like ran him on a ticket in 2020. But you also have to think like he needed that first presidential run so the Forward Party could have like any momentum. Like if he just started it out of the blue, fucking nobody would give a shit. There's a million political parties out there, and none of them really gain any traction unless they're like real specific. Like a lot of them are state oriented. But like another third party, like a national third party like that has no following, anything, it wouldn't have done real well. I was looking it up because I was curious to see how many votes he got. Ross Perot, the first time he ran against Clinton and HW, he got almost 20 million votes. 18.9% of the total votes cast. Of course, that didn't get him a single electoral vote, but that's quite a few votes. 20 million is nothing to, I mean, that's something. How many let's see. We were just talking about 2016. How did Gary Johnson do in 2016? How many did he get total? Because there's more people voting now than ever.
I'm going to guess that it's 800,000.
I think he got a couple million. I don't know that.
Okay, you're right. He got fucking 4,489,000.
Okay.
So 800,000 was quite far off. You said, okay, yeah, you were much closer without going over. You win this round.
3.3% of the national vote.
That's not really. That's when your opponents are a fucking two degenerates, No, I wouldn't say degenerates. That's not really fair. Some of it, they both have held real fucking serious things. One was president, the other was fucking Secretary of State. They're legit. But, they're two of the most unlikable characters ever, and you only get 3.3%. So you gotta go home with at least fucking 5% in this situation. Like, you are the third party guy. Well, no, Jill Stein, how much does she get?
I don't know. Definitely less. I don't know how much less. A little less than 1.5 million. 1.07% of the popular vote.
Let me see who else got. I'm trying to pull it here. I've now pulled up the 2016 thing. I want to see vote totals. Yeah, no, fucking McMullen, Finn, Castle, Bradley. Who else? I wonder how fucking Bernie did. Did he get anything?
I'm sure he got some like write-in votes or something, but
I know people were complaining that fucking the reason Hillary didn't win. I don't know. I've heard that in the Democrat circles.
Yeah, both.
I guess Hillary still got more than fucking. Yeah, no, she still got more than fucking Trump did. He just got the electoral votes.
Yeah. Let's see. So, Libertarians in 2020, they had Jo Jorgensen at the top of the ticket. She got 1.8 million, 1.18% of the popular vote. So, fucking, that's not great. That's not a great switch from 2016 to 2020. And then Howie Hawkins was the head of the Green Party on that ticket, and he got 407,000 votes, 0.26% of the popular vote. So both parties had a significant decline from 2016 to 2020. I feel like a lot of people were voting in 2020 to stop Trump or Biden. Like if you if you went out and vote in 2020, you probably had like you had very strong feelings about either Trump or Biden or both, and you wanted to stop one of them. Probably more than the other. So I imagine, yeah. I mean, I imagine it was just kind of tough for the third parties there. I wonder how many votes Kanye got. He was on the ballot. Is that something I can figure out? I don't know. How easy is that going to be to figure out? Oh, here we go. $66,641 votes. Interesting. That's something. I mean, I don't know. He was in the ballot in 12 states. Tennessee being one of them. That's interesting. Oh. All right, there we go. Had a little bit of technical difficulties there. Yeah, I was talking about how many votes Kanye West got in 2020. 66,641.
Nice.
Is the total he got. So he got fourth in some states and fifth in some others. And that was as bad as he did. He, he was on the ballot in 12 different states. It's interesting. Who is his VP candidate? Just while we're on the subject. Michelle Tidball, a Christian preacher from Wyoming.
Interesting.
Okay. All right. That's something. He's running again too, I believe. So that's fun. He's trying it again.
Ridiculous. I fucking
maybe 2 times the charm.
He's just off the fucking. I don't know. I guess he's come back recently. He said some wild shit. So I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, something tells me he's going to get less votes this time around than he did.
Yes, it's not as fun anymore. People are just. I mean, see, I feel like the people who vote for him aren't taking it seriously, anyways. So like, obviously they're not. So like, if he shows up on there, he might could get 66. I feel like he'll get less just because the next election won't be as popular.
No, definitely. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, I think he's less popular than he was then. And if he opens his mouth as much as he did, or as much as he has these past couple of years, I can't imagine it going real well for him. My brother voted for him, so you are right. People who vote for Kanye not really taking it all that seriously.
No.
Afro Man is running too.
I'd vote for Afro Man.
Which is yeah, he's running too.
Like, it's a joke if you vote for Kanye, but Afro Man's totally fucking legit.
Afro Man. Yeah. Oh, that is funny.
See if he'll come on the podcast. Give him a little outreach.
Oh, damn. I went to I should reach out to him. I don't think it's impossible that he would come on, but even if it is a stretch, it's worth a shot. I was looking at the 2024 presidential election page, and I scrolled down to look at the independents, but I'm sitting here looking at Ron DeSantis, and it says he's expected to make an announcement on May 24th, which is in 2 days. So that'll be fun. What's the source for this, though? CBS said, not disabling my ad blocker. Homie, sorry about that.
Yeah, fuck off.
I guess, it says DeSantis to launch presidential campaign May 24th, sources say. All I saw that he changed his Twitter handle from Ron DeSantis FL to Ron DeSantis.
Oh shit!
So they got, they got people stirred up. Oh, that'll be fun. Lots of people looking for a Republican alternative to Trump, and yeah, he's it, really.
Damn, is there anywhere I can go?
I mean, there are other candidates.
Where can I go place a fucking bet on that?
I don't know. Some website has to have it.
There's
somewhere.
that'd be cool if they were one of our fucking sponsors. There's definitely a website that you can bet on current events and shit like that. You just like put pennies each way or some shit like that. It's an app. I actually have it.
Oh yeah.
I've never used it. It is called. I'll get there in a second. Shit. No, continue with what you're saying. Let me see if I can come up with it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've seen websites like that. I've never used one, but yeah, no, I mean, if you wanted to place a bet on whether DeSantis is hopping in, it looks like, well, by the time this comes out, it looks like you've got another day maybe to do so. So have fun. That'll be something. I mean, he's really he's the biggest candidate that people expect to run that we're missing out on. I guess maybe we're waiting to see what Mike Pence is going to do, but I mean, this is really going to be a primary between Trump and DeSantis. Nobody really expects anything else.
If we get a wild card that just happened to be successful, that would be great, but I don't see it happening. Also, the app that I was looking for, I think has changed names, so I'm not even going to try to name it, but I did find it. I haven't used it yet, so I don't want to fucking vouch for it. But it does it says it's FEC regulated. So, if you like the feds and you care about that sort of thing. But this is a more libertarian podcast. I don't know if our audience necessarily fucking, is into that.
They're not fans of the FEC. Mike Termott posted something on Twitter about how he was not going to disclose his finances to the FEC.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't read it. I wonder why he fucking chose to say that. Well, you could ask him when he comes on the pod. Well, what did he say in his thing?
I'm going to scroll down and try to find it. I anticipate having him back on the podcast a little later this year. So, I found it. I won't read the letter that he wrote, but I'll read the tweet at Termott. Mike Termott, rather, M-A-A-T. As a matter of conscience, I have declined to file the financial disclosure report required by the FEC of presidential candidates. The relationship between a candidate and the public is First Amendment protected speech. My letter to the FEC is attached. He posted some pictures of it. He added on some more tweets. He said, I do believe it's a good idea for candidates to make public a great deal of relevant information, and I will decide what personal financial data to release. I don't need the FEC to help me run my campaign. My response to their demand is attached. The FEC sent me a letter explaining the ironically titled Ethics in Government Act and threatening me with penalties if I do not comply with their unconstitutional requirements. My response is attached. Having an uninteresting financial situation, I must decline to file the required FEC financial disclosure report in solidarity with those with more complex situations for whom disclosure requirements are even more intrusive. Letter to the FEC attached. Well, he really wanted to let us know that letter was attached.
Oh, yeah.
I got it. Got you, Mike. Yeah, not going to read the letter, but it is there on his Twitter if you want to look at it. He's going to get hit with some penalties.
Oh, yeah. No, he's not going to be able to miss that.
No question about that. Like, I think that penalty is coming up like at the end of the month too. I think end of the month is the first quarter. So
why does he not think you should file that? I guess this is something to ask him on the show. Maybe. Well, I haven't read the letter. You're not going to read the letter. The letter exists. If you want to read it and fucking, I'll read it later when we're not on the fucking podcast. But yeah, no. Yeah,
I mean, he posted this like 4 days ago. I read the letter. I don't remember what it said.
Yeah, I think I for sure skimmed it, but
Yeah. No, I mean, I think he kind of lays it out in that first tweet. He says it's, Well, he says it is, not that it should be. He said it is First Amendment protected speech. Well, he says that about the relationship between a candidate and the public. He detailed it in some of those other.
Does your
tweets.
FEC filing, does that show like everybody who's donated to your campaign?
I believe so.
Okay.
I believe
so. He thinks that those people should be able to be private, but he probably doesn't. Like he said, probably not that interesting. Did he?
Yeah, I mean, probably not. But I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to get hit with penalties, financial penalties. Because libertarians already, struggle to raise as much money as their Democratic and Republican counterparts.
Is that the kind of fine, though, that you're ever seriously going to have to pay if you, like, nothing against Mike Tremont, but if you really don't, if you're not actually going to win, like, do you actually fucking, and you're not going to be number 2, do you really ever pay that, or do you just kind of tell them to fuck off? Because that's kind of the name of the game anyways. They're the big government, and you don't like big government.
No, I mean, I think now, you got to pay it. You got to pay it. I mean, I don't know. I had always assumed the penalty for not doing so is, it's criminal.
Is it like
they sent him the, what did he say? It was the Ethics in Government Act. It could lead to something more serious, I guess. I'm not an expert. I don't really know, but I think you gotta pay that stuff. Of course, if he, if he doesn't, if he doesn't want to, that's his campaign, not mine. So, I'm rooting for him. I like the guy. I want him to come back on the podcast and everything. Consider him a friend of the podcast for sure. So, hey, he can do what he wants to do. It's his campaign. But I would, I'd hate to have to see him like drop out of the race or just get hounded by the FEC and all that kind of stuff. That wouldn't be any fun. Especially since I think right now, it's probably he's probably one of the top 2-3 candidates in the race, just if I had to guess. I want to see him make it on that ballot. I think he has some very interesting ideas. If you're interested in hearing more about his ideas, go listen to the podcast we did. It was over an hour long. It was a good one. We talked about a lot. He's got a real interesting gold New Deal idea. That's kind of his big thing that he's pushing. Really interesting guy. Would definitely recommend checking him out and following him on Twitter.
Oh yeah, and
following this podcast on Twitter so you don't miss when I talk to him later this year.
You stole it right from me. Yeah, I was going to lay it out there.
Yeah, no, you don't want to miss that. Now that's something. Let me see. Has there been any other presidential campaign news recently? Tim Scott announced, DeSantis is announcing in a couple of days.
Did Chris Christie announce, or is he not running?
I think he's thinking about it. I don't know that he's announced it.
Motherfucker don't need to run for. He needs to run in the fucking gym. He don't need to run for fucking president.
He's been running for president for a minute, and it just hasn't worked out for him. When was he even governor last? I feel like it's been quite some time. And he wasn't a particularly popular governor, for what it's worth.
No, he kind of sucked. All his popularity came from fucking like 2008 when he ran for fucking president, or maybe it was 2012, whenever it was. I feel like that's what he's been riding on for years.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Apparently he was governor. He left office January 2018. I would have thought it was earlier.
I also thought it was earlier.
All right. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Apparently he visited New Hampshire last month month before last. I don't know. Yeah. No, I don't know who's going to be the Republican nominee, but I do know it won't be Chris Christie. If you want to go bet on a website, you can don't throw any money on Chris Christie.
Yeah, that is
You might as well take that money you throw him and burn it.
financial advice. Like take that to the bank.
Yeah,
Put the house on it.
You give that money to me. Don't waste your money. Don't bet on Chris Christie. He's done ran for president a few times and it ain't worked. So don't. It ain't worked. Don't nobody want Chris Christie to be president. Is he the worst guy in the world? Yeah, no.
He's just a disappointment.
He ain't the best.
He just is like an obvious bum. Like he's just fucking. You can't have a guy like that. He doesn't have the fucking. He just hadn't got it. He just fucking. I mean, you could vote for that guy if you want to fucking vote for a fucking guy who like no one in the world is going to respect.
Yeah. He also like. I think maybe we talked about it on a podcast or two ago, but he's one of those guys that kind of talked about missing his mark. Like when you run for president or your opportunity rather, like you don't want to wait too late to run for higher office and just completely miss the moment. And he kind of, from what I remember, he feels like he did.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Like he just kind of waited too late and. Yeah, no. I mean, he ran in 2012, and I don't remember exactly how well he did there, but let me see. Actually, I've got a link to it here. Nope, that's not the primary link. This is what I want right here. Well, he didn't make it to the Final Four, so he didn't do that good. When did he? I don't know. He was in it, but he didn't make it that far. Wait, was he even in this? I don't see him. Hold on. I don't know that he ran. He had a 2012 presidential election link on his Wikipedia, so instead of reading it, I just assumed that he ran. Let me see. No, he didn't run. He did not run in 2012. He ran in 2016, not 2012. That's what he was talking about by saying he missed his opportunity. Like he could have ran in 2012 and did better, but it was before he got real unpopular when he was up.
Fucking Chat GPT gives me nothing on the fucking thing. ChatGPT, this is just a little side note, is not the same as Google. I asked ChatGPT something and fucking it gives me some long roundabout thing. I ask Google the thing and it tells me exactly what it is. Fucking, it's not, you're supposed to have a conversation with it, I feel like, It's not the same.
Yeah.
So the answer is fines for committees that fail to file timely 48-hour notices is $172 for each untimely notice plus 10% of the dollar amount of contributions not timely reported. Okay, so there's 10%. They take 10%. So I guess he probably factored that into his fucking denial. He's like, okay, this gets me more attention. That he's a smart guy. He didn't just fucking say, hey, I'm not going to follow this for, he obviously knows how much money his campaign is making. I feel like, so he's going around doing a lot of things, but I mean, what is his background exactly? What all has he done?
He worked for HW.
Yeah.
I know, like on his campaign, and I think he served in like an economic advisor role there, and I'm blanking on what he did after that, though. I don't remember exactly, but he was a police officer for like 11 years. Damn, I just can't remember. What did he do after he ran around with old HW? Oh, yeah. White House Office of Management and Budget, international development agencies, federal agencies, trade associations. Started a professional education business for bank executives in 2002. Taught economics at 3 universities. PhD in economics from George Washington University. guy. Got all that from his website. Fucking MikeTermott.com. He is running around doing a lot, though. I see him on Twitter all the time, attending all these different meetings and conferences and things like that. He's running around, getting the word out there.
I guess what I'm trying to
There
figure.
have been 2 libertarian forums, you know.
So you think it's fucking? Would you say it's worth it to just fucking pay the penalty and get your name, try to get some fame for that? I don't know how many people he has working for him or how much he does everything himself or what.
I don't know how much it's going to do for him, really. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I really don't know. I mean, it sucks to lose 10% of the money that you've raised. I don't know how much money he's raised, but like, you know, it does kind of feel like you're just, you know, like people have donated that money to you to help you in your campaign, and here 10% of it is just.
Did you know he ran
away.
for Congress in 2021?
I remember it now that you say it. I don't know that we talked about it in depth.
Yeah, I don't think we had. Yeah, in first and Florida district. How do you do in that race? Do you know that information off the dome? Not that it matters. I'm just kind of bullshitting. We got other shit we can talk about.
Yeah. No, I got his, let me see. Yeah, it was a special, hold on. Oh, yeah, I got a special election for U.S. House Florida District 20. It was a special election held on January 11th, 2022. He got 0.7% of the vote, 395 votes, came in 3rd place. Democrat won that seat, Sheila Kerfilis McCormick. Not sure on the old pronunciation there, but it is what it is. I think that's the only time he's run for public office before running for president.
He's got
pretty good questions asked on his Ballotpedia page, too. You know, just lots of stuff he answered.
Let me look him up. Ballotpedia. Okay, over there. Shut the fuck up with your. They got this ad blocking nonsense on there. No, I'm not turning that shit off.
No, absolutely not.
Oh, damn, he has a lot of questions answered on here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, not everybody answers these questions, you know, for Ballotpedia, but he has.
Damn it, he answered all these questions very thoroughly.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, wait. Yeah, I remember this question looking at his Ballotpedia page. Said, is there a particular representative, past or present, whom you want to model yourself after? And he said, no, there is decidedly not. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, no, I like it. I do like it. No, I wish him the best, man. It'll be cool to talk to him later this year. It'll be a lot of fun. Let's get into some sports.
Oh, yeah.
Because we mentioned him, we touched on him very briefly in the beginning, but we've had, you know, pretty significant development in the NBA playoffs happen within the past hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. LeBron James swept
under the rug, just done.
Swept in the conference finals to the Nuggets. Just, I mean, it, you know, came down to the wire there at the end, but yeah, no, lost tonight in Game 4. He's out.
Jokic is the greatest number 15 ever to wear, the greatest number 15 ever to play for the Denver Nuggets. Carmelo Anthony also retired today. There was an argument on the internet about who should get their jersey hung there, and I say fuck it, why not both of them? You know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a strong preference. I mean, I don't know. I think if you are just going to pick one, which would be more traditional, I guess. Jokic is like he will end his career as the best Nuggets player of all time. I would probably say he already is.
He is the first one ever to take him to a finals.
Yeah. And they still got to play the finals and everything like that. But even if they don't win, like he is the only guy to take them there. No one else has done it. He's been an all-star. I mean, the past 4 or 5 years, 2-time MVP. I think he should have at least 1 or 2 more.
Oh yeah.
He's the best Nuggets player ever already. And his career is only going to get better and better as he goes on. I think if you were going to pick one of them, pains me to say it. It sucks. I really like Melo. Big fan. He was already in the league when I really started paying attention and watching basketball. So I like him a lot, but he's no 2-time MVP, and he didn't take the Nuggets to the finals. He just didn't.
Damn. And Jokic is also fucking, he's real young. I mean, he's 28. It's not real young. But, I mean, it is real young. It's not real young in basketball terms, I guess.
I mean,
it's quite a long career.
He's 10 years younger than
Melo, yeah.
So he can play another 10.
I mean, but how much usually, I don't know. Some people Melo stayed good, but he didn't stay that good. He obviously wasn't the fucking. Yeah, no, that fucking 15 belongs to Jokic. No, he's the greatest Nugget there's ever been so far.
Yeah, I think so. And he's gonna get the chance to play the Heat in the finals. It's not certain yet, but it's going to be the Heat.
Almost, yeah.
I mean, the Celtics have not given us anything to believe that they're going to win the series or even tomorrow. I mean, it's just not going to be them. I thought it was going to be. I definitely predicted both of these conference finals wrong. I thought the Warriors would beat the Lakers, but I did think the Lakers would beat the Nuggets, and I was wrong on all counts, on all of it. I thought the Celtics would beat the Heat. I thought they had a bit more of a well-rounded team going on, but boy, they've not looked great in this series, and they really didn't look great last night. I don't know if you watched any of the game last night, but holy shit. They sucked it up pretty good.
No, I watched parts of it. It was not fucking impressive.
Yeah. No. I mean, I think Tatum had 14 points, and that was that was kind of the best the Celtics could come up with. They lost by 26 points. They just got completely blown out of the water. They're not going to they're just not going to beat the Heat. They're not going to beat the Heat tomorrow night. They're not going to beat the Heat in the series. And I mean, I don't know what they have to do to change things up. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have to start playing better later in the game. They have been fucking atrocious in the fourth quarter. Terrible.
I would love it if they fucking won a couple games though, and they didn't get swept, because I would like for the season to continue on a little longer. Like the closer we can make it to football season would be good. Or is it already the same schedule? Or no, if they lose, I mean, I guess it can't be the same schedule. Or no, maybe it is.
No, I mean, it'll continue if the Celtics win some games, but it'll extend it a little bit.
Okay.
Give Jokic some time to kick his feet up. Relax.
Oh, yeah. Get them all ready. That'd be good. Like, just finish up in time where we got preseason and football in like a month.
Yeah. Now who wins between? Now I do want to talk about LeBron because, it was a big thing. I mean, I feel like that's kind of really one of the only reasons people were watching tonight was to see if LeBron would get swept or not. But we're going to have the Heat and the Nuggets play in the finals. I mean, does the 2-time MVP Jokic come out on top, or does playoff Jimmy Butler do
It's
his
hard to
thing
know, but
and fucking
I think it's going to be cool to see. It's a good matchup, you know. They just fucking no, they're two solid ass teams. But I think there's no reason just right now. I don't think there's any reason you shouldn't bet on Denver. You know, like they're just a higher seed. Like
yeah.
they're just a better team. I mean, on paper, anyways. But I
Yeah.
mean, Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is not Jimmy Butler in the regular season.
No, he's a different animal. He's a
I
different.
think
beast.
rest is a factor
He
if
just-
Denver, but you don't want to over rest.
No, that is true.
These are professionals. They're not going to fuck that up.
I mean, no. And I do think the Nuggets just kind of have a better overall team. It's like, I mean, yeah, Jimmy Butler can. Well, I mean, we've seen what playoff Jimmy Butler can do. He can carry the Heat to the finals. But you know, I mean, is he going to be able to go up against Jokic, Jamal Murray, fucking hell, Aaron Gordon and KCP been balling too? You know, like that whole team has been balling recently. I don't know. I don't know that Jimmy Butler is going to be able to take all that on and beat them. Not in a 7-game series. I don't think they'll get swept. But I mean, 7-game series, I'd probably be betting some money on Denver. You know, I mean, Jokic looked great tonight. Shit. I mean, tonight was any indication how the Nuggets are going to play going forward. I mean, they look good. I mean, it was a close game and everything, but that, pretty much their whole team looked pretty good. Jokic had a triple-double. Jamal Murray did his thing.
Oh, yeah.
I do kind of want to see Jimmy Butler get a ring, though. I think that would be cool.
I think it would be. That would be cool. Fucking.
Yeah. It'd be dope. I mean, it just kind of, like, when you think of, like, superstars on the Heat, you think of, like, all these real great players like LeBron and D Wade and Shaq, when they got that first ring there. And if Jimmy Butler got a ring, I mean, he would, it would kind of, like, it would put him on that same level. But also, Jimmy Butler wasn't playing alongside D Wade like LeBron did and like Shaq did. You know what I mean? Like, this would be, just in terms of, like, all-star talent, it would be the worst Heat team that's won a finals. And it would be because of Jimmy Butler. And I think that's pretty cool. I think it would say a lot for his career.
Oh, yeah. I definitely think so. Jimmy Butler's a Hall of Famer. Like,
yeah.
And if he wins a fucking ring, that even solidifies that even more. Like, he is this team. I mean, Tyler Harris. Who else they got? I don't know how good he is. I haven't been watching that much, to be honest. They got Bam Adebayo or whatever the fuck, right? He's solid.
Yeah, Adebayo. Kevin Love's still out there playing a little bit. Kyle Lowry doing his thing. Fucking Gabe Vincent had 29 points the other night. Highest scorer on the team that night. Interesting. Cody Zeller, who, interesting center. They also have we talked about this before. They have a guy on their team called Nikola Jovic, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
I didn't know that before I looked at this stuff, but that's wild. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, my brain says Denver, but the heart says Miami. I think it'd be cool to see Jimmy Butler get that ring. Jokic has years. He's got time. They were the number 1 seed. They'll be okay going into next year. Like, they swept LeBron's Lakers tonight. They'll be okay. Jokic will have another chance at a ring. There's a good chance that he will anyway. Jimmy Butler might not.
No. I mean, shit.
How many times can he drag this team to the finals?
I mean, obviously, fucking another one, and they didn't do it that much of. I mean, well, no, they were. What were they, an 8 seed or something?
I think 8.
Yeah, they're not high up there. I mean, he did drag them there, but I mean, It is Miami. It's a nice destination. I don't know how much cap space they have to get anybody new, but I mean, you never know. If they could pick up something else, they could always make another run at it. Jimmy Butler's still fucking... He's priming right now. He might be getting towards the end of it, but I don't know. He's obviously fucking making it. They're probably going to make him to make it to another finals. So, I mean, may win him one. Who knows?
It's definitely not impossible.
It's fucking Miami.
Definitely not impossible.
It's a cool-ass place to fucking play basketball.
It is that. I mean, they shouldn't really have a hard time trying to convince people to go there. Finals appearance, it's Miami. Who doesn't want to go to Miami? You know, you're a young basketball player who has a bunch of money, likes to have a good time. There's not a whole lot of places better to be in than Miami.
There's really not. If you're,
it's kind of it's the spot people go to have a great time.
If you're talking about like having NBA money, also Florida, no state income tax. Fucking no, you're actually smart to go to Miami and rent actually because they do have high-ass property taxes. You know, don't go buy you something.
Yeah. It's also the NBA. You never know. You never know how long you're going to be there.
Oh yeah.
He might get switched around 500,000 times. Hell, Jimmy Butler, this is the fourth team he's played on.
Who do you play for? Fucking Bulls, Timberwolves.
Yeah, he was with the 76ers for...
That's right.
Yeah. When I think about him, I still like... sometimes I'll say
I will
Bulls
too.
Instead of
I will too, and I feel stupid
yeah,
sometimes.
Just because, like, in my head, he's, like... I think of him when he first came into the league. He was playing for Chicago, just in my head.
Also, the colors are like...
He's a Bulls
You
player.
think of the white... Him in the white... Well, no, it looks the same. Anyways, the colors are the same. From a distance, the logos, if you're fucking too drunk or too high, it all looks the same.
Yeah. He was balling out in Chicago, Like, he's really balling out in Miami during these playoffs, but, like, he was an all-star in Chicago. He was balling over there. He was dope, man. Every now and then I don't know. I'll relive that fucking mid-2000 or mid-2010s Jimmy Butler era.
Damn, what if LeBron makes a return back when we're in, because he's got what? How many more years do you think LeBron's got? That's actually a good thing to hit on. He wants to play on the same court as Bronny.
Yeah. So what's Bronny going to do? He going to play one season?
One season, USC probably, yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be fun to watch.
Damn, so we really might be coming to the end of his career, like fairly soon. There's a very real possibility he retires within the next 2 years. Like, Bronny will get to the league. They'll probably either play with or against one another for a season, and that might be it. That might be all she wrote for King James.
This is not related to that at all, but when I think of LeBron and his fucking career ending, I think, you think of Brady, similar fucking timeline. He bought a minority stake in the fucking Raiders today.
Brady?
Yeah. Because they're moving to Vegas.
That's interesting.
He's into all that kind of shit.
Huh. That is interesting. Who's their Jimmy Garoppolo's their guy, right?
Yeah, they just brought him in. That'll be fucking, another team Jimmy Garoppolo's going to go play really well and they get hurt on,
Yeah. Well, Tom Brady must have some faith in his boy.
I think he's just I think he might be addicted to fucking gambling and having a good time.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. I don't have a whole lot of faith in his boy. But,
not really. I don't have a lot of faith in that organization. I feel like they kind of fucked over Derek Carr pretty good,
Yeah. Oh, and Devontae Adams will tell you about it. He's not happy about it either. He's like, what the fuck? He's like, I came here for Derek Carr, and y'all, like, look at what you've done.
So wait, did they get rid of him or no?
Devontae Adams? No, he's still around, but he is not happy. You know, he's not happy with the whole situation. Like, they got rid of the guy that he went there to play with. You know, so I mean, I don't really blame him. And now they've got Jimmy Garoppolo, which, I mean, he's not bad or anything, but you know, it doesn't. Jimmy Garoppolo, going from Derek Carr to Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't really feel like a big step forward. It kind of feels like a big step sideways. You know, like, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is the piece that the Las Vegas Raiders were missing.
No, really they already had a very mediocre quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just kind of replaced one with the other. And now they've got a pissed off star wide receiver. And I mean, they've got some talent. Don't get it twisted. But I mean, if they're looking to make a run at the Super Bowl, boy, they need more than old Jimmy G.
Shit. Yeah, there's talk about trading him after fucking June 1st.
Well, then who are they going to start? That doesn't solve anything either. That does make this. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. Be a mediocre football franchise? Just like they were last season and the season before that and the season before that. You know, they just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing over there. I really don't know.
Fucking shit. What else we got? I could go. I'm just reading about Devontae Adams and how much he's going to cost and where he might go. Bills, Giants, Saints. Fucking. Apparently, there's one more, but shit. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he wanted to go play with Derek Carr, he could go to the Saints.
Be real cool if he fucking went to the Jets.
That would be something. That would be wild.
Would you fucking cheer for that team?
I would like to see. No. I mean, I would still be a Packers fan, and I don't.
That's like,
I don't want A-Rod to do.
That's
that.
3 former Packers.
You know?
That's basically a Packers team, just because they don't have the fucking stupid ass G on the side of their helmet. You know, like, nah, it's not stupid. It's pretty
but
cool.
I'm a Packers
but I mean,
fan.
like, but those are Packers players. They're like a long time. They're more Packers players than they are Jets players.
Yeah, but I'm not rooting for the Jets. I'm not a Jets fan. They moved on. They left us.
Your fucking shitty ownership.
That's
you
on
got
them.
rid of all of them.
Yeah, well, I can't do nothing about
Well, I mean,
that.
you're a Packers fan though, and they would have probably all 3 of those people would have stayed in Green Bay. All 3 of them, Lazard, fucking all of them, or who else did they pick up? They got
Maybe. I don't know.
like hell.
No one else really comes to mind.
They all want to play with A-Rod, you know. Packers fucking. I mean,
yeah.
That's the name of the game. I feel like if you, that's like shit. I was thinking about somebody. It's kind of like teams drafting a star young quarterback, like drafting Anthony Richardson or Bryce Young or whatever his name was, to fucking like. If your team sucks, you're Indianapolis, you're in the middle of fucking nowhere in the country. No one wants to come play there. Like, you need to bring in somebody exciting that people want to play for. Kind of like the Ravens keeping Lamar Jackson. It's like suddenly everybody started wanting to go there. It's like he's worth way more than just what you're simply giving him right there.
Yeah. I'm still not rooting for the Jets.
No. Fuck them.
I mean, it's fine. I want them to do well. I want them to. I don't want them. We'll see. That's the thing is, like, I don't want them to win the conference or anything. Ideally, the Titans would win the conference. I don't think that's likely at all, but you know. But like, the Jets are not my favorite team in the AFC. You know, I'll root for A-Rod. I want him to do well and shit, but you know, I'm gonna be watching Packers games just like I always have.
Shit.
I'll be watching Jordan Love do his thing. But watch him ball out of control and fucking throw for 4,000 yards and win us a ring.
Shit. It's 11:50. Do you want to? We have time for probably one more thing, and then we got to get off this thing so we can get it uploaded. I feel like, is that all happening tonight, or are you going to get it in the morning?
I'll probably get it in the morning. Honestly, I'll probably just delay it, do it in the morning. I don't really want to get into all the fights. I feel like that's like a 30, 45 minute
Yeah, that's
ordeal.
what I was thinking. We can hit on that next week. It wasn't the biggest. It wasn't like the most impactful card ever.
No, it wasn't. But then you think about like the UFC 291 fight card they released and all those big fights. That's a whole
thing.
That's a whole different discussion that we just. So I don't think we really need to get.
Let's do two more quick things. I got two questions for you. One is about the fights. Let's do one thing you remember from the fights that, you wanted. For me? It's I didn't even watch it. We talked about it though. What's his name? Chase Hooper. Is that his name? The young guy. Yeah, him winning is cool. Fucking who's he gonna fight next? Also, Alton Moreno got a fight scheduled, didn't he? Is that his name? I think he did. But that we can save on that. And the other question is one prediction for fucking next football season.
You mentioned Chase Hooper, which probably would have been mine. He looks really good at 155. I think the move up was a great move. He landed like over 200 strikes, which is not something I think anyone would have thought Chase Hooper was going to do. I really like Carlos Diego Ferreira's knockout on Michael Johnson, to kick off the main card. Yeah. Just, out cold, starched him. A grappler like that, I don't think a whole lot of people expected him to flatline a brawler like Michael Johnson, but he did, and I think that's pretty cool. A prediction for next season, let me see. What's a real good one? I don't want to give like some fucking, no, the Chiefs are going to go to the Super Bowl again. I don't want to do that. I want to dig a little deeper. I want to find a good one, like a really good one.
Joe Burrow's going to have his best season of his career, but I don't know if that's even that deep a one,
I could see that. I think. I think the Bears are going to. I don't know if I want to say that.
Oh yeah, I know. Say that shit.
It seems weird to fucking. You know what? Fuck it. I think the Bears are going to win the NFC North next season. I think they're going to place ahead of the Packers and the Vikings and the Lions. I think they're going to win it.
Shit.
Calling it right now. They went 3-14 last season. I think they win the division.
They do have their whole team put together. They went 3-14 last season. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I hesitated.
It's crazy because fucking what's his name? Their fucking quarterback. He's like Justin Fields. He's great, man. Has had some of the best fucking like fantasy shit of anybody. You got to get in some fantasy football this year. Like I feel like since we got this podcast, it's like it's something to talk about.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Yeah. We should get something going with the followers and shit.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. I think it'd be cool. Get something going, get a little league going. That'd be fun.
One thing I want to say about the fights is fucking Joaquin Buckley, or however you say his name. Joaquin, I don't know. Joaquin. Oh, fucking.
I think.
Beautiful knockout, Serious fucking contender.
Yeah.
Welterweight.
Yeah, he's dope, man. He's dope. He moved down too, for that fight. He had been fighting at middleweight his whole career. I think 9 fights in the UFC at middleweight. Moves down to welterweight and looks great. Looks absolutely great. I think welterweight is his division. He's just big, man. He's just a big dude for that weight class. Strong as fuck. Got crazy head kicks, obviously. So hats off to him. He's dope. He's really dope. I like him a lot. I've liked him since he had that one real crazy knockout, but we'll be following him. Try to get him on the show. I will. I haven't reached out to the winners from the past card yet, but I will. So I will be DMing him.
You should get that guy from Zimbabwe on here.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Anybody from that card that wants to come on the show is free to do so. I usually only reach out to the people that won because you don't want to reach out to somebody who lost a fight and then be like, hey, sorry you lost, but will you do my podcast? You don't want to really do that.
Victor Altamirano is fighting Tim Elliott in 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Tim Elliott.
Number 11.
That is
serious fucking fight right there.
Son.
That's good.
That's crazy. Holy shit. In 2 weeks.
2 weeks. That's crazy.
He just fought here at the San Antonio card not that long ago. I feel like Tim Elliott fought not too long ago, maybe a month or two ago.
Oh, fuck. I got to fucking
awesome.
shout out another guy. Another fucking second fight is on that same card. We got Damon Blackshear. He's fucking coming back. His last fight, if I remember correctly, got totally fucking robbed, right? Who did he fight? No, he won that shit. He won a fucking majority decision.
Okay.
No, that's right. I had a bet against him, and then he just like, no, he pulled through, and I was like, no, I don't. I need to watch that replay. Actually, I remember that being something. That name jumps out, but
Yeah, I'd have to see that one back.
Damn. Let me see. Anybody else interesting on that?
Damn, that is awesome though for Vic.
We got a Nurmagomedov on there. So that's gonna be a fucking safe bet. He is fighting who's it? Eliseo dos Santos.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. It's a neat little card. It's not like the most stacked card ever, but that's
Kai Kara France is throwing down with old fucking Amir, whatever the fuck, Albazi. They both throw hands like fuck, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they're good. They're good. I like them both. Yeah, they're two really high-ranked guys at flyweight. Of course, Vic and Tim Elliott fight at flyweight too, so we've got some interesting flyweight fights on that card. Those guys do both throw hands though, and that'll be fun to see. I like that.
When's our next Brandon Moreno fight?
That's dope. I don't think he's got one scheduled.
Because he beat Kai Kara France in his last fight, and then he beat Figueiredo. In Brandon's last fight, he beat Figueiredo, but fucking
yeah, he beat France before then. Yeah, I don't think he has anything lined up. I don't think anyway. Let me see. Oh no, he does. He's fighting Pantoja.
Wait, what card? Wait, no, that was a fake card earlier, right? Did you see that one?
Well, I think it was, but that fight is happening. That fight is actually happening. Moreno and Pantoja.
What was at the top of that?
It's happening on
that other one, that one that wasn't for real. I fucking Sterling O'Malley, August 19th. Okay, yeah, no, that was all a joke. Okay. Fucking, I was just checking. Just doing a check just in case, since we're on the fucking podcast.
I mean, that one is also happening, but a lot of those fights on that card were not real. Pantoja one is, but the Pantoja fight is happening on it's happening on the same card as Volkanovski and Yair. So that's fun. It's also happening on the same card as Robert Whittaker and Dricus du Plessis. Bo Nichols on that card. Robbie Lawler's fighting Nico Price. Bo Nickel. Oh, yeah, no. Done read him. Jalen Turner's fighting Dan Hooker. Sean Brady. Jack Della Maddalena. That's going to be a great card.
Oh, yeah.
damn, there's a lot of great fights to look forward to in these next few months. The spring was great. They had a lot of really stacked cards, and like I think March is really when they started kind of pouring them on. Had some really good ones in April. Some of these summer fights are going to be ridiculous. I mean, yeah. I mean, that card right there, that's 2 title fights. And then apparently the Whitaker-Duplessis fight is a title eliminator. So whoever wins that is going to fight for the title.
Why are they going to fucking let Bo Nickel fucking choke some other guy out that's not ranked? He's good.
Shit, because Bo Nickel's not ranked.
I mean, I feel like he's obviously good as fuck. He's a minus 900 for that fight. They need to throw him against somebody fucking...
Yeah. No, he's very good. He is gonna strangle.
I guess you got to prove yourself. I don't know. Hey, I guess he's only had one fight. Why do I feel like I guess I watched his other fights, his other shit he's done. So
yeah, stuff on the Contender Series. Yeah, no, he's good. He just needs a couple. I feel like if he wins this one like quick in the first round, like he did his debut, then I think they'll go ahead and probably start booking him against some higher level guys. Maybe he's obviously very talented. He's beat everyone he's ever fought in MMA in the first round.
Has fucking Volkanovski and Brandon Moreno fought on the same card before? I feel like they have, but I'm looking right now. April 9th.
I also kind of feel like they have, but I don't know that. Maybe.
I might have your answer in 5 seconds. No, I don't think they have, unless it was June 12th, 2021.
Two cool dudes, man. Two like fan favorite guys fighting on the same card, defending their belt.
Yeah, no, it is their first card together. I think at least since like 2020, as far back as I went. No, I just think it's good to have two fucking dudes who throw down like that. Oh damn, fucking Yair and Volk. That's awesome. That's gonna be fucking tremendous to see. I just realized that, he's the interim champ or whatever. I guess he has to. I guess that's just what they do. If you move up a division, they give your belt to the next guy automatically, just in case you wait. Why do they do that?
It's not really anything set in stone. It's like if you get injured or you take too much time off or you move up a weight class, they might give like an interim belt to somebody, or they might not. They might wait for you to come back. But in this case, they just, they decided not to wait, I guess. And
I guess they knew he was coming back, So it was kind of big.
It also it takes they don't have to think about who Volkanovski is going to fight next. You know what I mean? Like they already have a contender waiting for him. So I guess it takes that work kind of out of it for him.
I guess there's no reason not to, fight number one against number two, I guess if you look at their rate, they don't have it. They don't have them both listed as the fucking champ. They still got fucking Yair as the number one contender. But,
yeah. And nobody, they're if you go to the Wikipedia page, they're listed as champions, but they're not considered champions. Not on that. Or not on that list, not by the UFC really, or by anybody. Nobody really considers the interim champ a champ. It's kind of just, a belt for the number one contender.
How often do you get an interim champ? Because I feel like I've been watching steady. I missed some years there. I'm sure I've said this to the fucking audience before, but just to give anybody context, not like anybody fucking really cares. How often do you have interim champs? Is it usually when people just are moving weight classes, or how often do people just retire with the belt?
It's more so with injuries than people moving up or down a weight class. That's typically kind of when you see them. I'm trying to think of the most recent, other than Yair, who the most recent interim champ would be.
When Habib retired. Then you just had to fucking figure that out.
Yeah. Colby was the interim champ at one point in time. I don't really remember why, but he was. But that was a couple of years ago. That wasn't even all that recently.
I hate that he's such a fucking.
Yeah,
he acts like such a fucking asshole because he's like, he's a good guy, but like, fucking, he just has to put on that show, that fucking dumb shit. I don't know, man. He gets fights, so I guess it's fucking the right thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it works. It sells tickets or whatever.
Shit, let me let's look at one more card and then fucking wrap this shit up.
Yeah, I'm sitting there scrolling through champs trying to find interim champs. Brandon Moreno was an interim champ during his rivalry with Figueiredo. When he beat Kai Kara France, he beat him to win the interim title. So I guess he's probably the most recent.
Shit, have we heard anything on what about what's his name, Trevor Peake?
I can't really think of anything. I don't know that I've seen anything on him. I don't know.
Here we go. Is this a Sports Skeeta? Says lightweight matchup between Trevor Peake and Victor Martinez set for UFC Jacksonville in June. I haven't seen that. Let me check June 24th card.
Yeah. It's on Tapology. Let me see. Josh Emmett's on that card too. It's the headliner. Fuck, God, I can't seem to. Hold on. There's an easier way to do this. Type it out.
I don't see him on the card on the UFC website. Wait, what day? I don't know what day I said. I'm going to check all through June. June 3rd, 10th, 17th.
I pulled up the Wikipedia page. I don't see him on there either. He was on Tapology, which is something, but I don't know. I don't know how official it is. Shit. I mean, maybe. Who knows? I hope he fights soon. I'd like to see him fight again pretty soon.
Damn, they don't have anything for July 1st other than Sean Strickland. No, go ahead, say that.
I'm seeing some people on Twitter report it, but again, still not the most official thing ever. I would not want to be Victor Martinez.
No.
I mean, I'm sure he's good and everything. I can't really place him off the top of my head.
So it doesn't look like...
I'm sure he's fine and all that.
Damn, Victor Martinez. When did he fight last?
Oh, apparently he fought Jordan Levitt in February this year.
That's right. Because
it was his UFC debut.
That's a good matchup. I think that's good for Trevor Peake, I feel like,
Yeah. The guy was on a 7-fight win streak before he lost his UFC debut, so I mean, it might be all right, but I would not want to fight Trevor
So
Peake.
it doesn't look like any of the July cards are really fucking hashed out yet. Well, no, I mean, Volkanovski is, but like Holly Holm, that one, I think that they just have the fucking main event on there. So maybe he ends up on one of those, which would make sense, I feel like, time-wise. You're new. You need to get you a fight in.
Yeah. No, it'd be cool. I think...
Sean Strickland fight would be cool. July 1st. Get him on that card at the Apex.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No, like we said, we got a lot of fun fights to look forward to coming up. in these next few months. It's going to be great. It's it's a great time to be an MMA fan. If you're not watching already, what are you doing?
Fucking, this is the last thing, I swear to God, and then we'll be done. July 22nd card, Tom Aspinall. We got old Molly McCann, old Meatball Molly fighting. The fucking co-main event.
Yeah, they're in
Oh,
London.
yeah. Oh, shit. That's good.
Yeah.
That's right. I knew that.
Aspinall's fighting Marcin Tybura. Yeah, Molly's on there.
Dikoski's on there.
Yeah,
That's the
that'll
fucking...
be-
I don't really recognize too many other of these names. That's because they picked a bunch of UK fighters I don't keep up with. Fucking...
Yeah, Andre Fili's good. Jai Herbert's on there. That's all right. Yeah, it's a London card, so there's going to be lots of
bunch of
English
fucking redcoats.
on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Brits.
This is a fucking... most of our listeners are American, right? Fucking... Yeah. That's good.
Yeah,
USA, baby.
I'm sure. I mean, it is what it is.
America first.
I'll be rooting for Aspinall for what it's
Oh,
worth.
yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah. I don't know how many other UK fighters I'm going to be rooting for that night, but I'll be rooting for the big one. I'll be rooting for him in the main event. He's dope. I'm glad to see him back. It's been a minute, and the way he went out sucks so bad, man. Fucking blow out
That
your knee,
sucks,
goddamn,
yeah.
15 seconds into a fight. It's been like by the time he fights, it'll have been a year. And that sucks.
You
man.
got to hope he comes back the same,
Yeah, I hope he. Yeah, throwing bombs and locking up crazy submissions. Yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's got the potential to be really successful in that division, and it starts with beating old Marcin Tybura in London. I think that's a pretty good place to wrap up. We hit all the big sports: basketball, MMA, football. Kind of touched a little bit of everything. A little politics. If you've never put olives in your beer, go ahead and try use some of that. It's pretty good. It's better than it sounds, and it's definitely a lot better than mayo and coffee. So, give it a try. But yeah, I think that's it for us. If you interested in keeping up with the podcast, don't want to miss any future episodes, follow us on @Bonfire Brief Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and not on Facebook. We're not on there. And this podcast is available everywhere: Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, everywhere. It's available everywhere. So peace out.